Well, hi there again, and this is Mr. Ray. And what we're going to do is we're going to do graphing quadratics part 2. So this is going to be a little bit more difficult than the previous video. And you have questions with the previous video, please let me know because we're going to move on. And mostly what we're going to do here is we're going to take a look at when quadratics do not cross the x-axis. Okay? So if you remember from the last video, what were the three types of points that we were looking at? Okay, we were looking at these three types of points: y-intercept, x-intercept, and vertex, okay? So I'm going to show you a graph, and I want you to go ahead and identify all three. Okay, here's the graph right here. Y is equal to x squared minus 2x minus 3, but without looking at the equation, let's just look at the graph, and let's identify these three. So can you identify the y-intercept? Now, if you looked at the equation, you could identify it, but looking at the graph, we could see that the y-intercept is going to be at 0, -3. 0, -3, okay? So 0, -3, I can see at the bottom, okay? And we can see that the x-intercepts next. We have 1, 2 x-intercepts. That's going to be -1, 0, and we're going to have 1 at 3, 0. Okay? Great. Now, where's the vertex? The vertex is going to be the very top or the very bottom, lowest point. And we have 1 right there at the bottom. Where's that? That's 1, -4. Okay? Now, to review that, if you have y equal to x squared minus 2x minus 3, first, what you want to do is you want to find the y-intercept. And as we did before, that's going to be the c. So right away it's 0, -3. Next step, you want to factor. We have an x, and we're going to have parentheses, x, and we're going to definitely have a -3 and a +1. So when is y equal to 0? Well, y is equal to 0 when x is equal to 3. X is equal to -1. That's where we get the x-intercepts. Next, we want to take that quadratic and complete the square. How do we complete the square? We're going to have y. We're going to put the x's. Y is equal to. We're going to put the x's together. We're going to put the constant outside. We're going to use b divided by 2 squared. We're going to add that. -2 divided by 2 squared is going to be a 1. And we're going to subtract that same number so it's balanced. We're going to have y is equal to x minus 1 squared minus 4, giving us a 1, -4. Remember that the vertex has that negative sign in the equation. So I know that it looks like a -1, but it's actually a 1. Okay? So that's how we get the points. Let's try that one more time. Okay, next example, we have y equal to x squared minus 4x plus 3. Now, what we want to do is we want to find those three types of points: y-intercept, x-intercepts, or x-intercept, and vertex. First, the y-intercept. So let's do this quickly. Now, if you want to pause the video and try it on your own, I would suggest that's the best idea. So go ahead and pause. Okay, now with my ugly head cartoon superhero guy out of the way, we can really do some work here. And the first step again, y-intercept. There's the y-intercept, 0, 3. That's a point, okay? C is a point, 0, C is the y-intercept. Next step, I'm going to factor x minus 3, x minus 1. 0 is equal to this, okay? Set it equal to 0. And we're going to get x equal to 3 and x equal to 1. What are the points? 3, 0, and I'm put this in numerical order, 1, 0, okay? Now, already we have 1, let me get a better color, 1, 2, 3 points. Next step, we want to complete the square to find the vertex. Complete the square, okay? So we're going to have y equal to, x's are together, x squared minus 4x is together, and then I'm going to have the plus 3 on the outside. Remember, b divided by 2 squared. Add it, subtract it. What b? This b. This b here, negative 4. So negative 4 divided by 2 squared. That's going to be 4, okay? And then we're going to subtract 4. We're going to have y equal to x minus 2 squared minus 1. Great. Now, we have another point. Remember, there's a negative. There's a negative in the equation of vertex. X minus h squared plus k, where h comma k is the vertex. So in this case, you're going to have a 2 and a negative 1. 2, negative 1 is, again, the vertex. I don't know why I wrote that so many times, but I did. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4 points that quickly. And when we graph that, it's going to look like this. Okay, so we have y equal to x squared minus 4x plus 3. Again, what we want to do is look at the 3 types of points. We already found those. And by the way, this graph, every 2 ticks is 1 unit. So 4 ticks equals 2 units. And so my first point is going to be right here, and that's going to be 0, 3. That's the y-intercept. We also have 1, 1, 0 right there. So 1, 0, and we have 3, 0. 3, 0 right there. So I'm going to make this a little bit bigger, okay? And excuse me for the sloppiness. And then what we also have is we have 2, 1. Excuse me, 2, negative 1. 2, negative 1. And then you're going to graph. Then you're going to graph. Let me make this, yeah. And you're going to have a wonderful looking artistic parabola that's pointed up with the point 0, 3, the points 1, 0, 3, 0, 2, negative 1 going up. Okay. Now, let's take a look at some other examples though, because these so far are easy. Let's take an example when it gets a little bit more difficult. Okay, now, when y is equal to x squared plus anything else, you're always going to have a y-intercept. You're always going to have a constant. So we're going to have a y-intercept, right? So that's going to be 0, 5 for the y-intercept. Now, you're going to have a vertex. You're always going to have a vertex of y is equal to x squared, but sometimes you don't have x-intercepts. Well, the first thing you want to check is, can I factor? Can I factor? No. I cannot factor x squared plus 2x plus 5 because the factors of 5 do not add up to 2 at any time. Okay, let's check the discriminant. B squared minus 4 times A times C. Okay, that's going to equal 2 squared, because that's B, minus 4 times A is 1 times C is 5. That's equal to a negative number. So if the discriminant b squared minus 4ac is less than 0, you have no x-intercepts. Ooh, so we don't have to worry about the x-intercepts. But do we have a vertex? We certainly do. The next step is to complete the square. So I'm going to erase this part. Let's find that vertex. Okay, let's find that vertex. Do you know how to find the vertex? Say it with me. We need to complete the square in order to find the vertex. Completing the square is not difficult if you know what to do. And it's just a couple step process. You put the x's together in parentheses, leaving a space. Put the constant on the outside, like that. B divided by 2 squared. What b? 2. 2 is b. 2 divided by 2 squared is 1. we need to put a 1 there to complete the square. If we put a 1 there, we need to subtract a 1. Y is equal to x plus 1 squared plus 4. Voila. However, you have to remember that this has a negative in the equation. So the vertex is actually negative 1, comma 4. There's the vertex, and there's the y-intercept. So sometimes we don't have a whole lot of points. Okay, well, what can we do here? Because we need more than 2 points. Let me show you. So this next part, I want to show you how to get any points on the parabola. How to get any points on the parabola, okay? What you do is you start with the vertex, HK. You go over 1, up 1a. Over 1, up 1a. So for example, if we take a look at y is equal to x squared minus 4x plus c at plus 3, the vertex for this was 2, negative 1. 2, negative 1. Now start at that point and you would go over 1, up 1a. Well, a is 1, so you go over 1, up 1. Over 1, up 1 to get to the next point. That would be over 1 would be 3 in the right direction, right? Up 1. So that would have been 3, 0. That's how you got that next point. And this point going left would be over 1 this way. To the left of 2, that would be 1. Up 1, that would be 1, 0. Okay? Now, if this is a little bit unclear, let's take a look at this latest one that we're working on. Okay, let's go back to this example, and we're going to head and graph this. Now remember, we had 2 points, right? We had 0, 5, and we had x plus 1 squared plus 4. That's the same. So we also had negative 1, 4. Now let's start at the vertex, okay? Let's start at the vertex. Now we're going to go over here, start at that vertex. That vertex is going to be a negative 1, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we are. Negative 1, 4. So we're going to go over 1, up 1. 1, 1. We're going to get the next point. We already know that next point. That's 0, 5. But we're going to do it on the other side. Over 1, up 1. Over 1, up 1. That's going to give me what? Negative 2, 5. We already have 3 points now. How do we get the next point? If we want to, we could start the vertex and go over 2, up 4a. Over 2, up 4. 1, 2 to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Oh, that's going to be 1, what? 6, 7, 8. 1, 8. We're going to go over 2, over here. That's going to give me a negative 3, right? Negative 3, 8. Does that work? Wait a minute. If you put a negative 3 in here, put a negative 3, we're going to get 9 minus 6 plus 5. Yeah, that's 8. See how that works? So you can use this method. Over 1, up 1. Over 2, up 4. Guess what? Over 3, up 9, because it's a square. And you're going to connect the points. Okay? Now, if that's confusing, don't worry. We're going to do another one. Okay, got another one real quick. Let's be quick. Okay, so if you need to pause the video, see how many points you can get. Welcome back. So the first point we know, 0, negative 7. The y-intercept. What's another point we know? Well, let's complete the square. Okay? Now, we can check the determinant to see if we have x-intercepts. When we do that, we're going to get a 4 squared minus 4 times a times c. 3 negatives make a negative. 16 minus 28, that's going to be negative. No x-intercepts. And by the way, excuse me, the parabola is going to point down because we have a negative x squared. Anyways, we got to complete the square. We got to find that vertex. It's important. So we're going to have y equal to, factor out the a. I'm going to have x squared minus 4x. Put the x's together. Put a parentheses. Put the negative 7 on the outside. B divided by 2 squared. What's b divided by 2 squared? 4 divided by 2 squared is going to be 4, okay? Now, what we did here though is it's really a negative 4 with that negative. So what we have to do is we have to add it. A times b divided by 2 squared, because we really subtracted a 4. There's a negative 4 because there's a negative 1 outside. So that's going to be y equal to negative x minus 2 squared minus 3. Our vertex is going to be 2, negative 3. So look at that. Look at that. We've got 2 points. Boom, boom. Let's start at the vertex. Now, if you start at the vertex and it's going to go down, right? If we start at the vertex, 2, negative 3, we're going to go over 1, down 1, over 1, down 1. And that point is going to give me what? That point is going to give me 3, negative 4. We have another point. We're going to go over 1, down 1. And that point is going to give me 1, because I went to the left 1, down 1, negative 4. Okay? Wow. Well, let's graph that real quick. Okay, again, we know y equal to negative x squared plus 4x minus 7. The vertex is 2, negative 3. Let's go there right now. Okay, we're going to get 2, negative 3. We're going to go over 1, down 1. We're going to get this point. What's that point? 3, negative 4. We're going to go over 1, down 1, because it's negative x squared. We're going down, and that's going to be 1, negative 4. We could go over 2, down 4. 1, that's going to be 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So that is going to be which point? That is going to be 4, negative 7. We're going to go over 2 to the left, down 4 from negative 3. And that's going to be exactly what we should have for the y-intercept, 0, negative 7. We're going to connect these points. 2, negative 0, negative 7, 1, negative 4, 2, negative 3, 3, negative 4, 4, negative 7. Connect the parabola. Connect the points. You have an upside down parabola because you have a negative x squared plus 4x minus 7. That's what we're graphing. Y equal to. Okay, yeah. This might be a little bit confusing, this last couple examples. If it is, on the next video, I'm going to go over this one more time, and I'm going to do when a is greater than 1. So again, my name is Mr. Ray. If this is helping you out, and I hope it really helps you out. If you have any questions, let me know. Please like and subscribe if this is helping you out, and I'll see you in the next video.